I mean, if you look at the season, Alcaraz is losing many more matches than Sinner. So many more.
He wins it.
And you think he should not. Why? But because he's not always there.
Has shown that there is a small separation between those two players and the rest of the field. And now it's about to start. Yeah, Carlos and Jannik are the two favorites.
The moment had arrived, signaling a potential shift in the tennis landscape. 45 unforced errors by Carlos Alcaraz weren't merely statistics. They were symptoms of a deeper strategic unraveling. On Sunday, Jannik Sinner ascended to the world #1 ranking after a commanding victory over Alcaraz on clay, a surface where the young Spaniard had previously maintained an untouchable 17-match winning streak, even famously overcoming Sinner from a 2-set deficit at last year's Roland Garros. The experts, who once deemed Alcaraz invincible on this surface, are now providing crucial insights into his unexpected defeat and the subsequent loss of his top spot. Darren Cahill and Simone Vagnozzi, Sinner's coaches, meticulously crafted a new clay court arsenal for their charge, incorporating a novel backhand drop shot, innovative return positioning to disorient opponents, and a baseline strategy specifically designed to target Alcaraz's weaker side. What seemed like a routine match for Alcaraz turned out to be a precisely laid trap, months in the making. He now faces a challenging clay season, needing to defend an formidable 330 points, while Sinner's task is lighter, defending only 950. This channel thrives on such in-depth analysis, and the coach's revelation that they aim to foster greater self-reliance in Sinner offers a profound clue to understanding this seismic shift.
Cahill have been working to make Sinner more self-reliant on the court.
This moment is always really good, and that means that he's really confident on his shot.
This concept of self-reliance, initially sounding like a mere coaching platitude, gains significant depth within the fierce rivalry between these two titans. Historically, Sinner's clay game followed a predictable script: deep baseline play, absorbing pace, and grinding down adversaries with his potent backhand until a short ball presented an attacking opportunity. While effective against most, this strategy proved problematic against Alcaraz, who rarely offers easy balls under pressure, generates incredible pace from seemingly impossible positions, and possesses an uncanny ability to transform defense into offense with bewildering speed. Playing deep against Alcaraz on clay essentially surrendered the tempo, a fact both Sinner and his coaches recognized. Their off-season mission was clear: devise a multifaceted solution. This wasn't a single tweak, but 3 interconnected tactical adjustments, each meticulously crafted to create distinct problems for Alcaraz. The first was varied return positioning. Sinner now strategically alters his stance, sometimes stepping inside the baseline, other times crowding the tee, denying Alcaraz a fixed reference point. This unpredictability chipped away at the effectiveness of Alcaraz's reliable backhand kick serve, leading to a significant drop in his first serve points won in Monte Carlo. The second innovation was a truly novel backhand drop shot, executed by removing one hand from the racket for a disguised swing path. For a player known for the depth and power of his backhand, introducing such touch and deception from the same wing marked a critical evolution. This new threat forced Alcaraz to adjust his court positioning, trading his aggressive baseline stance for more balanced, cautious approach, a half-step of hesitation Sinner ruthlessly exploited. The third, and arguably most pivotal, change was Sinner's refusal to surrender the baseline on clay. He actively stepped into the court on neutral balls, taking them earlier and drastically reducing Alcaraz's recovery time. As Andy Murray observed during the final, the victor would be the one who adapted fastest to the conditions, a testament to Sinner's tactical genius. He processes match data faster than most, identifies patterns, adjusts seamlessly, and recalibrates without panicking. This mental fortitude was evident when Alcaraz broke first in the opening set to go 2-0. Sinner immediately broke back. Despite challenging, swirling winds that disrupted rhythm, Sinner forced a tiebreak. Even as fatigue set in after a demanding week, Sinner elevated his game in the high-pressure tiebreak, finding his first serve and anticipating Alcaraz's drop shots. Alcaraz's double fault on set point wasn't mere nerves. It was the inevitable consequence of a player unable to establish a consistent serve pattern under the heavy Monte Carlo conditions, which neutralized his topspin kick serve. The second set initially saw an Alcaraz surge, breaking Sinner and consolidating for a 3-1 lead, briefly silencing the pro-Sinner crowd. But this time the narrative flipped. Sinner, not Alcaraz, found an extra gear. A crucial new set of balls came into play at 2-1, a moment Sinner had mentally anticipated. These new balls offered more grip, boosting Sinner's backhand. He held serve, then capitalized on Alcaraz's subsequent double fault, converting the breakpoint to level at 3-3. From there, Alcaraz unraveled. His unforced errors, especially from his comparatively weaker backhand, mounted as he desperately tried low-percentage drop shots out of frustration. This was a compound failure, not a single misstep. Alcaraz, known for closing the door on opponents, twice held a break advantage but couldn't press it home. The lingering question beyond the Sunday result is whether Sinner has discovered a way to keep that door open, even against Alcaraz's formidable will. The answer appears to be yes, fueled by both tactical prowess and psychological fortitude. Sinner provides no emotional fuel. Brilliant winners from Alcaraz are met with calm recalibration, denying him the energy he thrives on. Alcaraz himself, during the trophy ceremony, candidly praised Sinner's impressive clay game, recognizing it as a formidable threat. This wasn't an accident, it was a strategic data point, a clear signal that something fundamental has shifted.
Only going to make the next 7 weeks of tennis.
Shot into Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is always an honor and a pleasure, and he had a good hour session in there, so a good 2-hour session today.
Delving deeper, the broader season picture reveals an even more precarious situation for Alcaraz regarding his 2026 ranking. The structural disadvantage for Alcaraz began long before Monte Carlo. In 2025, Sinner received a 3-month ban for unintentional doping contamination, forcing him to miss 4 Masters 1000 events and accumulate 0 points from Indian Wells, Miami, Monte Carlo, and Madrid. This year, he's actively collecting points at all 4, creating an inherent upward trajectory. Conversely, Alcaraz has a substantial one, 410 points to defend from these same tournaments. Sinner's sweep of Indian Wells and Miami already set the course, with the Monte Carlo title merely confirming the inevitable. The stakes escalate further as Alcaraz faces a daunting 7-week stretch, needing to defend an immense 330 points across Barcelona, Rome, and Roland Garros, while Sinner defends a mere 950. This 380-point differential is colossal, especially with their current ranking separation at a slim 110 points. Alcaraz faces a veritable tightrope walk, where any misstep could prove costly, while Sinner enjoys the luxury of potential underperformance without losing his top spot. Alcaraz heads to Barcelona this week needing a title win to reclaim world number 1, anything less keeps Sinner on top. Then comes Madrid, where Alcaraz has triumphed twice. Rome, where Alcaraz is the defending champion and Sinner lost the final to him last year. And finally, Roland Garros, where Alcaraz famously saved 3 match points against Sinner in an epic final. Each of these tournaments now carries unprecedented weight as the clay season, once considered Alcaraz's domain, is now infused with genuine uncertainty. Sinner has decisively proven his capability to defeat Alcaraz on clay in a Masters 1000 final with the top ranking on the line, a precedent now irrevocably established. For Sinner, his stated primary goal for 2026 isn't the ranking itself, but conquering Roland Garros, the sole major missing from his potential career Grand Slam. Alcaraz completed his career Grand Slam at the Australian Open in January, a feat Sinner undoubtedly observed. The French Open, commencing May 24th, represents the culmination of all this preparation. The head-to-head record on clay, previously 3-1 in Alcaraz's favor, now stands at 3-2 after Sunday, a statistic that looms large for Roland Garros, where Sinner previously struggled with the surface's demands for variation and patience. The deliberate integration of the drop shot, varied return positioning, and earlier ball striking into his game confirms the French Open has been Sinner's strategic target all along, with Monte Carlo serving as a public, highly successful trial run. Another crucial, often overlooked, layer is Sinner's incredible momentum, arriving in Monte Carlo fresh off the Sunshine Double, Indian Wells and Miami titles without dropping a set, having won 21 consecutive matches. Despite his coaches considering rest, Sinner chose to play, signaling his profound self-belief in his ability to challenge Alcaraz on clay immediately. For Alcaraz, a 21-3 season record isn't indicative of a struggling player. He remains one of the world's elite, holding a 10-7 overall head-to-head lead over Sinner, a 3-2 clay advantage, more Grand Slam titles, and the defending Roland Garros champion. None of these facts changed on Sunday. What fundamentally shifted was the narrative. In sports, narrative profoundly influences a player's mindset. Clay was once Alcaraz's perceived safety net, a surface where his explosive athleticism and creativity overwhelmed even the most disciplined opponents. Sinner, despite his excellence, was not seen as a true clay threat at this level. Sunday irrevocably dismantled that understanding. Experts aren't claiming Alcaraz is broken. They're asserting that the gap on clay has closed to the point where Sinner is now a formidable contender at every remaining red dirt event. The ranking will undoubtedly fluctuate. It could even shift back next Monday if Alcaraz wins in Barcelona, given their mere 110-point separation. But the tactical blueprint exposed in Monaco, Sinner's new backhand drop shot, varied return position, and earlier ball striking remains. Any counter-adjustments Alcaraz makes will be meticulously anticipated and prepared for by Sinner's coaching team, who clearly operates several moves ahead. The 45 unforced errors were a symptom. The underlying challenge for Alcaraz is that his greatest rival has engineered a clay game specifically designed to exploit his unique vulnerabilities: his backhand, his serve patterns, and his psychological reliance on momentum. Sinner and his team meticulously identified these cracks, then quietly spent months widening them. The Monte Carlo final was not the project's inception, it was its powerful public debut. The clay season stretches for 7 intense weeks, culminating with Roland Garros on May 24th. 4 Masters events precede the final Monday of that fortnight, each offering new data points in a rivalry that has already delivered unparalleled quality in the modern era. Featuring 2 players under 25, 7 combined Grand Slam titles, and 17 previous encounters. For the first time, genuine uncertainty now hangs over who truly controls the clay. This newfound uncertainty is hard-earned and promises to make the next 7 weeks the most compelling stretch in tennis in years.
Not the post-match press conference quotes taken out of context.
I think the thing with him is that he gives me the impression he's not scared of losing. Like, you really do feel that way, that he's a fierce competitor.
This period promises to be the most captivating stretch in tennis for years. If you've followed us this far and haven't subscribed, now's the time to join. Every week, this channel offers deeply analytical dives into the crucial narratives of tennis, moving beyond superficial scorelines or isolated post-match quotes. We dissect the actual tactical, psychological, and structural elements that dictate how matches unfold. The rivalry between Sinner and Alcaraz currently stands as the most compelling in men's tennis, poised to deliver moments over the next 2 months that will be etched in history for years to come. Don't play catch-up later. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join us for the next breakdown.
Alcaraz is the greatest rivalry in men's tennis right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough, playing against Carlos, you have to play at your best.
Deuce moments over the next 2 months that will be talked about for years.
Happy. It was a very, very tough match, but it means a lot to me ending the season like this, and it's amazing.